Hey, Nico Suave here with another recipe, one of my personal favorites, a staple of all of our family dinners. I know them as birotes. They also go by bolillos or bread rolls, but whatever you call them, you gotta have them with your dinner. So follow along and enjoy. Take 1 packet of yeast, 1 1/3 cup of warm water, stir them together till it gets a little bubbly. Next, we're going to give it a little sugar, about 1½ teaspoon, somewhere around there. Salt, it's going to be about 2 teaspoons. I use sea salt, usually kosher salt or iodized salt. Works perfectly fine. Give it a little mix. I like using bread flour. It holds up a little bit better. Gluten stays a little bit more gluten-y. About 3½ cups total. Start mixing it together. If you have a hand mixer or a standing mixer, that's good for this. I always like doing everything by hand though. Give it a little bit more effort, some love, you know. It should come out like this, a little lumpy, kind of sticky to the touch. Cover it with a wet towel, just like so. I'm going to dust my surface and kind of get it all out. Give it a light knead, make sure everything stays nice and incorporated, you know. Give it a little bit more flour if needed, kind of work it out, work out some frustration if you need to. Not too much, just kind of give it a little bit just to give it a little ball form, make sure it doesn't stick, you know. Always keep your surfaces nice and dusted with flour. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to the bowl just to make sure it doesn't stick and kind of stays nice and evenly coated. Cover it back up with the towel, let it sit for around 1.5 to 2 hours, and let it rise. It should kind of come out somewhere like this, about double in size. Dust your surface again, and you're going to take the dough, spread it all out. It'll stick if you're not careful, so you want to make sure that it stays nice and floured. I'm not going to give it too much kneading this time. I just kind of want to give it a little bit of a form so I can cut it properly into 6 to 8 equal pieces. Now, to give it their particular form, make sure you're nice and floured surface. You're going to flatten it out into almost a triangular shape. And you're going to kind of tuck in the sides, roll it in. If you need to, kind of roll it with your hands back and forth a little bit, just to give it its nice circular roll form. Don't be afraid to redust or reflour as much as you need to. Biggest thing is to make sure it doesn't stick. Make sure they're nice and equally spaced apart as well, so they have room to rise. You want to score it with a knife or scoring tool, and then recover it to let it rise once again. This is after about another 2 hours or so. I let it rise a little extra to make sure to give it nice and puffed up form. Beat shot. Oven wants to be about 400, 450 when you put it in. Here's a little trick where you throw some water in to give it extra steam, and that'll actually help the crust form even better. This is about 12 to 15 minutes of bake time. Keep an eye on it so you can splash water on it if needed. But the big thing, you want to watch for that heat. Make sure the bottom stays nice and formed. You want to listen for that crunch. And just like that, homemade birotes, just like Grandma made. Like and subscribe for more, and remember, stay suave.